Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Thursday to everybody. Thank you for stopping in on this Thursday afternoon/evening. As you can see on the screen, this is a live call-in show today. Not a whole lot going on in the world of college football right now, obviously. And good news, there's only like 6 more months before we get to watch a football game again. Anyway, just something that caught my eye today was an article about the top 10 Heisman frontrunners. And this just shows you how weak this Heisman class actually is, because after you get past, say, I'd say the top 3, the rest of them I think have little or no shot of winning the Heisman. Anyway, I'll run through that real quick. The number to call in is 855-902-9368. Before I get started here, I do want to say thank you to Bobby. And I'm not going to give your last name, Bobby, because I'm not sure you want your last name on the air, so I'm not going to do that. Bobby signed up for the Patreon page, which automatically enters him into the contest for the month of February. I will be doing a drawing after March 1st for the February contest, and the winner of that will be winning a $50 Visa card. So far, Bobby is the front runner for that. Thank you, sir. You're amazing and fantastic. And Bobby, if you're on here, I don't know what your YouTube name is, since you used your real name on Patreon. I don't know who you are. So if you want to let me know who you are, great. If not, that's fine too. If you want to know, if you don't want anybody to know who you are. All right, let me see who's in the chat here real quick before I go on to something else. And anybody who calls in today, if you do call in, you don't have to talk about Heisman. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But no matter what you're calling about, I do want to know who you have as your dark horse to win the Heisman. Not your favorite or anything like that. Who your dark horse is to win the Heisman and why. That's all. That's all I ask. What's up, Tiger Nation? Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Cushman Baseball Chat. What's up, sir? Brandon Rogers. Prince 6'1", my man. College Football Maniac is in the house. Vodka Drinker. Greetings, gentlemen. Greetings, Vodka Drinker. Comic Dude 45 in the house. Mr. Bad Dog 7676. 2019 Heisman Jalen Hurts. Boomer. He's definitely on the list, sir. Matter of fact, he's number 3 on the list according to the Vegas odds. Actually, I don't even know if these are Vegas odds. You know where I got this from? Do you remember our old friend Brad Crawford? Oh, we all remember Brad Crawford, don't we? He's the one I ranted and raved about on that video. The 247 Sports guy who wrote that headline about Dabo Swinney being a cheater or admitting to cheating or whatever. This is his list. And so I'm assuming he got this list from Vegas. I don't know. But I got this from 247 Sports. What's up, Billy Dawson? How you doing, sir? All right, so what I'm going to do real quick. What's up, Hound Dog? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to go ahead and check and see if anybody's on the phone line. If not, I'm going to go ahead and dive right into this list. And, well, I'll get to that in a second. There's some things on that list that are funny. All right, so nobody currently on the line. Go ahead and call in if you'd like to. The number is, I just had it, 855-902-9368. All right, so this is a list that I got from 247 Sports. There's really nothing on here. Once you get past the top 3, I don't see any chance of any of the rest of them winning the Heisman. But you never know. Every year there seems to be one guy that comes out of nowhere and makes a push at the Heisman that nobody suspected before. So you never know what's going to happen. But anyway, number 10 on the list was Sam Ehlinger. He's the quarterback of Texas. Enough said. Number 9 on the list. What was this guy's name? Adrian Martinez, I think. Anyway, he's the Nebraska quarterback. Never even heard of the guy. So there you go. Number 8 on the list, Travis Etienne from Clemson. Now, I think he should be higher than number 8, but honestly, I don't think he has a chance to win this award. And I don't think a chance anybody other than a quarterback has a chance to win this award hardly anymore. If you just look at the past, I don't know, decade, how many people other than quarterbacks have won it, right? There's been, what, three running backs? 2 or 3 in the past 10 years. And they've had amazing seasons. Now, Etienne, unfortunately, is on a team where he doesn't get – listen, Etienne does not get 20 and 25 touches a game. He only averages like 12 touches a game. You're not winning the Heisman with 12 touches. So if they gave him the ball 20 times a game, he might be more possible that he would actually be considered for the Heisman. But 12 to 15 touches a game in the Clemson's offense where they're going to throw the ball all over the field, there's going to be a lot of people touching the ball. And, of course, you got the Heisman frontrunner preseason as your quarterback. So I just don't see Etienne having a shot. Anyway, number 7, DeAndre Swift from Georgia. I can see that. Anytime you're a Georgia running back, if you have a great year, you're going to be considered for the Heisman, I would imagine. And plus, they're a run-first team, and that helps his chances out. See if he can stay healthy. Let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7. 6 is Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, the running back. Again, another running back. Now, he does have a better chance probably than the rest of the running backs to do it because he plays for Wisconsin. He plays in the Big Ten West. He was in the top 5 last year, I think, as a preseason favorite to win the Heisman. And I think he battled some injuries. Still had I don't know where this is coming from. Really. I would probably say I'd put Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, and Travis Etienne all ahead of him as far as Heisman contenders go. What has Jake Fromm done to be considered even a top 5 Heisman candidate? I don't get it at all. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but top 5, I don't see it. Number 4. Now listen to this. This is funny. Justin Fields, obviously Ohio State, ahead of Jake Fromm. He was Jake Fromm's backup last year. Now, does he have a higher ceiling than Jake Fromm? Sure. But what have we seen out of Justin Fields that lets us know anything? I mean, he might be the Heisman of handing the ball off, but I don't know how you could say the limited amount of time he's played, plus going to a new team with a new system and all that comes along with it, he's a top 4 Heisman candidate. I don't know. I'd say maybe 2020, Justin Fields would be at the very top of the list, but not this year. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Justin Fields will come out of nowhere and just light the entire world on fire, and then Georgia fans will be pulling their hair out about not having him on their team anymore. All right, number 3. And these top 3 are no surprise to anybody. I think I saw a Bad Dog in here say this one. Jalen Hurts. Yes, clearly Jalen Hurts going to a team that has the last 2 Heisman winners and one of the most quarterback-friendly offensive systems in the entire country, if not the most quarterback-friendly system in the entire country, and Lincoln Riley's offense at Oklahoma. He's going to have all the weapons all around him, from receivers to offensive line to running backs. Everything is there in place for him to put up big numbers. Of course, not the greatest defenses he's going against in the Big 12. Also, this is a guy who's played in big-time games and has tons and tons of experience and has a lot of wins under his belt at Alabama. So, yes, Jalen Hurts should definitely be in the top 3. That's right where he belongs. Number 2, Tua. The only concern with Tua, and obviously Tua and Trevor are the top 2. Obviously, Tua should be on that list. He was on the top of the list this year. He'll be on the top of the list next year. The only problem, well, not problem, but the only concern that Alabama fans need to have about Tua is his health. He saw a whole lot of that injury tent last year. He put up crazy numbers, though. I mean, if you were to put Tua on Alabama's team, let's say 8-10 years ago, he wouldn't have had those numbers because they've completely changed their offense in the past decade to be a more quarterback-friendly offense where they're throwing all over the field. But Tua needs to stay healthy. I hope he does stay healthy. I mean, I think everybody hopes he stays healthy, unless maybe you're an Auburn fan or something and you want to see him go down. But if he stays healthy, he'll be right there in the conversation, and he'll probably have another crazy year stat-wise. And, of course, number 1, Trevor Lawrence. And why wouldn't he be after the performance he put on in the national championship game? As a true freshman, obviously he'll have more experience. He's still going to have all of the weapons except for one, Renfro. But all the wide receivers, running backs, everybody's all coming back. All of them are going to be more experienced. The Clemson offense next year is going to be sick and ridiculous. And, of course, if Trevor stays healthy, then him and Tua and Jalen should be the only ones that are invited to New York, most likely, unless one of these running backs has a crazy, crazy season. So, I see nobody's calling in yet. So we will just answer some questions here in the chat and see what everybody thinks about that list. Justin Herbert also has a shot. You know what? Bad Dog. How did Justin Herbert not make that list? How did Jake Fromm make it ahead of Justin Herbert? How did Adrian Martinez make it ahead of Justin Herbert? How did Sam Ehlinger make it ahead of Justin Herbert? That's a great point there, sir. That totally got by me. I can't believe he's not on that list. Yeah, Fromm is not a Heisman caliber player. He's just not. That's another one. You guys are bringing up some good names here. Jacob Eason, even Jacob Eason, I think, has a better chance of winning the Heisman than some of these guys. That's a good one. Eason, let me write this down. I can't remember anything, people. Remember that. Eason, who's the other one? Herbert. All right, that's a good one, too. Yeah, those are good. Two very good dark horses. Bantrick says, I would like to see Clemson versus Ohio State with Fields against Lawrence so we could smoke them. Yeah. Yeah. Bradley Aaron says, Big Chungus for Heisman. Who the hell is that? Yeah. Prince says it would be nice to see a Clemson quarterback take home a Heisman, but he'd rather have another national title. That makes two of us, sir. And if Deshaun Watson went, to New York twice in a row and didn't win the Heisman, then the chance, I don't know. Clemson's never going to win a Heisman, I guess. But I'm with you. I'd rather take a Natty home than a Heisman. A Heisman's our individual award, and a national championship is obviously a team award. So. Fromm had a lot to do with them beating Oklahoma. I'm not saying that Fromm isn't a good player. I'm just saying he's not a Heisman caliber player. Pete, why are you ignoring me, sir? What? Nobody's ignoring you, dude. Jared Garantano, yes, that's another one. That's a good dark horse there. Now, I would put his odds, slightly above average. So I'd probably put Garantano to maybe about 300,000 to 1. But good one. Jake Bentley? Yeah, right. Is there a Heisman for how many interceptions you can throw? He'd definitely win that. Listen, Jake Bentley is a good quarterback, but he throws it to the other team too much, and quite honestly, he doesn't really have the people around him to make a run at a Heisman thing. Plus, aren't most Heisman candidates on teams that at least are pushing for the playoffs, and that's not going to happen at South Carolina. Sorry. Let me check and see if anybody's on the line here. All right, I got a call here. Looks like it's Comic Dude 45. So,
yep.
Good afternoon. You're on with Pete. What's up, Comic Dude? How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing and fantastic. What you want to talk about?
Awesome. So I guess I'd talk about Heisman. Probably favorite would be Trevor Lawrence.
All right.
Based on what he delivered last season. Dark horse would probably be that Eason kid.
Jacob Eason at Washington?
Yep.
That's a good one. And he's not even on this 247 sports list. which somebody pointed out. I don't know if that was you or not. That somehow Eason and Herbert got left off that list, and that's crazy. I don't know if that was just that idiot Brad Crawford's list, or where that list, or if that was the Vegas odds list. Because if it was the Vegas odds list, then you think that Eason and Herbert would be on there, but they're not. So maybe it was just that moron's opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, but I was also saying, like I said in the chat, I think the Heisman should have like an award for each position, kind of like the Oscars.
Well, they do have awards for each position, or they have those like the. I don't know what they're called. When they have the college football awards, they do have the one for the the best defensive player, the best offensive player, and not every single position, but they have a lot of different ones. But it's not a Heisman. It's they're all named after somebody that came before them who played that position or whatever, right?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I just think.
Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, dude, I gotta go. Bye.
All right. Have a good one. All right, so there you have it, folks. That was Comic Dude 45. And he had 855-902-9368. Hope everything's all right with him. He it sounded like something was wrong when he was getting off the phone there. Hope you're okay, dude. So, didn't it sound like something was going on there? SEC Football Tube call in and said, all right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, call in. Yeah, he probably had something to, more important to do, which, believe me, almost anything is more important than talking to Pigskin Pete. So it's fine. I can't believe the story about the Syracuse basketball coach. Very sad. What's the story about the Syracuse basketball coach? I don't know what you're talking about. Something happened to Jim Boeheim? What happened? Oh, no, he hit somebody and killed him? Wow. That's terrible. Yeah, that would suck. Even if it's not your fault, that would, that would definitely suck. Sorry, I'm just checking the lines here real quick. You're calling now. Okay. Did anybody see that Duke and North Carolina game last night? Well, I'm waiting on this guy to call in. The Duke and North Carolina game last night when with Zion's shoe came apart. Has anybody ever seen a shoe come apart like that? I haven't. And you know what? After that happened, Nike's stock dropped. I don't know how much. They said it was a considerable amount, which is ridiculous. Because, why would people start selling their Nike stock just because one shoe came apart? But I've never seen a tennis shoe just shatter like that. That was crazy. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, this phone call. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete. Can you hear me? Here we go again. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
What's going on, Pigskin?
Hey, how's it going, man? Who's this?
What's going on, Pigskin? I'm doing pretty good. Just dealing with 2 ear infections.
Is this SEC football too?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
The one and only.
So you got 2 ear infections, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
So I heard all that Bentley for Heisman stuff, huh?
yeah. So you think Bentley should be on that list?
I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny about what you said about interception for Heisman. He definitely went down.
Yeah.
Honestly.
He needs some help. It's not all his fault, man. He needs some help. You guys' running game last year was pretty much non-existent, and you got to in the style of offense that South Carolina plays. Jake Bentley does a lot of play action, and they got to be able to run the ball to make to keep the defenses honest. Honestly, the best game he had was probably against Clemson, right? He had almost like five.
Yeah, he did do pretty good against that.
Yeah, he had almost 500 yards.
I know that. I know that was our offense did pretty good. I was actually surprised because, like a lot of people, I thought we were going to get absolutely clobbered by our rival. But I mean, we lost fair and square. I think it was good how we played against y'all, though. Yeah, I think that in Columbia it will be an interesting game. I think possibly our defense will be a lot better, and we can keep it a little bit closer.
Yeah, again, I think South Carolina, there's 2 things here. There's more than 2 problems, so I'm not going to just limit it to 2. But as far as the offense goes, they need to run the ball better. They need to find a running game, and that'll take some of the pressure off of Bentley. And then Bentley just needs to make better decisions because you guys don't have Deebo Samuel anymore, and he's been the big play guy for you for the past 3 years, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so
don't remind me we lost him.
Yeah, and listen, that Deebo was a big part of the way they played against Clemson. He was the superstar of that game, really. I mean, he had just big play after big play.
Absolutely.
And so without him, Bentley's going to have to even be more cautious with the ball and not, he can't afford to throw the ball up like he did to Deebo and with some of these other receivers. So they need to get a running game, and Bentley just needs to be a little bit more cautious with where he throws the ball and when he throws the ball. He thinks he can make every throw on the field, which is great, but that comes back to bite you when you play against really good defenses. And let's face it, you play in the SEC, you're going to play some good defenses all year long, and of course at the end of the year you got to play Clemson, who's going to have a good defense. So, but sir, I would definitely reserve any Heisman talk for Bentley. That's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with what you're saying mostly, because like you said in the Virginia game, I don't know what happened, but our offense was dead. And I'm not going to come on here saying excuses like, oh, it's because we didn't have Deebo Samuel, because there's something I said. It doesn't take one player to make the team. Everyone has to pitch in to make the team. But I just wanted to call in and say congratulations on a national championship win. I don't usually say that to Clemson fans, but you're such a great Clemson YouTuber. Obviously, a Clemson legend. And I appreciate all the respect you've given me, sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate you watching me as much crap as I talk about the Gamecocks, sir. You're great. You're a patriot. You're a true American, and you're a true Gamecock fan, sir. So thank you for calling in.
All right, man. See you later.
All right. I got another call on the line here. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Good afternoon, you're on with Pete.
Niggers, 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 niggers.
Yeah, folks. Unfortunately, That's what you get when you do a live call-in show. I don't know what's worse, that somebody would call in and do that, or the fact that they have that on their recorded on their phone and on a loop. And you got to be a special kind of moron to do that. Anyway. I don't know. Was it this guy right here? This guy, Molester Stallone? Might have been you, huh, sir? There you go, Molester Stallone. Bye-bye. It was nice knowing you. The Crowing Cock says, Pete, do you live in Charleston? Yes, I live in the beautiful city of Charleston. I actually live just outside of it. Just a couple miles outside of it. What's up, Cody? How you doing, sir? Good afternoon to you. Sure, if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Oh, Cody says he's going to call in. Hey, in the meantime, I got a super chat here from SEC Football Tube. That was a great call we had, Pete. Thank you, sir. And that enters you into the... Hold on, if I can find it. The super chat contest. I don't think you're in it already. No, you're not. So that gets you 2 entries, sir, into the super chat contest. And as of right now, we have NASA CGI Snakes, Alan V, Tiger Nation, Billy Dawson, Catfish, Hound Dog, Dondre Crawford, Smallvall, NMD TV, the Entertainer Talking Sports, Spencer from Rover Sports, Bad Dog 7676, the Sports Fury, and now the amazing and fantastic SEC Football Tube with 2 entries. And that drawing will be done. The contest ends on March the 1st, and I'll do the drawing that week after. So, thank you, sir. All right, let me see if somebody's on the line here. It looks like Cody said he's going to call in, so I'll wait on him to call, and I'll answer some questions between now and then. P Digits. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Bad Dog says, how long are you going to be on, Pete? I got to feel my little guy. Once I'm done, I'm going to call in. I'll be on if I continue to get calls, I'll be on till 5 o'clock. Or 6 o'clock, I'm sorry. So another 30 minutes. That's all right, Comic Dude 45. You're fine. Hey, Pigskin and Rondale Moore to your Dark Horse Heisman lift. Yeah. Now, listen, I think he's a great player. I don't think that he's even a dark horse for the Heisman. And isn't he a running back? So that even makes it even harder for him. But I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Just for you, sir. All right, let me check something real quick. All right. Got a call here. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Oh, talking about Heisman's, and a thought popped into my mind, man. You know, everyone's talking about Trevor Lawrence being a front runner for Heisman. But I think there's a man standing in his way that might limit that happening, and I think that's our very own Travis Etienne. You know, I think having to give him his fair amount of touches that he deserves, by the way, you know, being able to run the ball like that, you know, that might limit the amount of passing touchdowns that Trevor has. I mean, even if you look at Tua Tagovailoa this year, they had a running back by committee. You know, they had Josh Jacobs and The other gentleman, what's his name? The other running back. I don't know. I don't remember his name right now, but I think that might limit Trevor's chances of having the numbers that might warrant a Heisman. And I wanted to know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mentioned that. So Travis Etienne on this list was number 8 on the odds list. And I sort of look at it the other way around. I think that it's going to be harder for Etienne to win the Heisman because of Trevor. So I'm looking at sort of the opposite way of you.
Yeah.
Etienne's last year only averaged like 12 or 13 carries a game, which isn't enough to win a Heisman. When you look at somebody like Jonathan Taylor, the running back for Wisconsin, who's touching the ball 25 and 30 times a game, that's if you're a running back looking to win the Heisman, that's what you need to do. You need to touch the ball 25 times. Which Etienne, he's got Lynn J. Dixon, he's got Tavion Feaster. He's going to be splitting carries with those guys. And then, of course, you got all the wide receiver talent with Trevor Lawrence. So now I understand what you're saying is that with all that running back talent, that's going to maybe take away from Trevor Lawrence's numbers a little bit. That's one way to look at it. I also think it could work in Trevor Lawrence's favor that they're going to have to respect the run so much that he's going to be able to light it up down the field. So you never know. Whichever way it turns out, I don't care. I see what you're saying, though, that having all those when you have that many great players on one team, it does kind of take the shine away from one particular player. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And, something else that popped into my head, this has been Travis's junior season. And, a lot of the player comparisons to the NFL, you hear a lot of Alvin Kamara from New Orleans. And I see that a lot with Travis, that ability to bounce off of defenders and keep on running down the field. I see a lot of that in Travis. But one of the things that he doesn't do a lot is catch passes. And I'm wondering if maybe that might be something that we try and implement even more this year to broaden his play tape before he enters into the NFL.
Yeah, I think that I was actually a little bit surprised they didn't do that more this past year, his sophomore year.
Me too.
Yeah, his freshman year, he basically was just a between-the-tackles downhill runner, and he outran everybody. And then they said they're going to start implementing him more into the passing game in the second year. They really didn't. I mean, they opened up the playbook more. He had a little bit more of an exotic type of plays, but they didn't throw the ball to him a lot. You're right. And I don't know, one reason for that was probably just the game situations they were in really didn't call for it. And also that Tavion Feaster has really been that guy, for the past couple of years. He's been the pass catcher of all the running backs. So I don't know. You're right. I think they do need to do that. It's only going to benefit him when it goes for the NFL draft. And also it'll make the offense even more dynamic. I'm not sure why they haven't done it yet. I can't figure it out. So that's an interesting thing to watch for.
Well, maybe they haven't done it because maybe that's not really his forte.
Right.
Some people have a knack. McCaffrey, obviously, for the Panthers, he is every bit of a receiver as he is a running back sometimes. Some people just have the natural hand-eye coordination to be able to do something like that more than others. But another thing I wanted to drop real quick was, I kind of think that people are jumping on the Tua Tagovailoa going number 1 a little bit early next year for next year's draft. And the reason I say that is because he has so much talent around him. And what happens when you have to force him to provide on his own? And that's why right now I'm kind of of the mindset that Justin Herbert out of Oregon, he still has a great chance to be the number 1 quarterback off the board next year. Mm-hmm. A lot taller, bigger arm, a lot more mobile. And even though he's had some injury problems, I do feel he's a more durable player than Tua is. And I feel the same way about Jake Fromm. Not to lump them together, so to say, but I feel Justin Herbert is your more prototypical, NFL quarterback, whereas those other two have a lot less to prove, and the scouts haven't really started to pick them apart yet, and they definitely will.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I believe, assuming they both stay healthy. And they both have decent years, which I think they both will, numbers-wise. I think Justin Herbert will be the first, most likely the first quarterback taken in the draft. He's like you said, he's a prototypical NFL style of quarterback, and that's what NFL scouts care more than numbers. Now, the biggest problem with Tua is his injury history. If he's healthy going into the draft next year, into the combine, he'll be taken in the first round by name alone. But I don't think he's a shoo-in to be a great NFL quarterback. I do think that Herbert has a higher upside in the NFL than Tua does. I'm not saying Tua's not a great player. I'm not saying he won't be a starter. I'm just saying he's not the same type of quarterback as Herbert. Now, you mentioned Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm will not be a first round this past year. His passes just aren't crisp. They flutter. I mean, he doesn't have an NFL caliber arm. I don't know if he had an injury that no one was telling us about, but he did not look NFL ready, not even close this past season.
No, you're not wrong, and I don't think that's being mean or unfair either. I mean, if you look at that game against Texas, Georgia was in that game, but Jake Fromm, I mean, there was a few passes that, man, he's just missing wide open receivers. And, I think a lot of people look at, all right, well, Jacob Eason was there, and then he forced Jacob Eason to transfer, and then now the same thing with Justin Fields. And I don't know, I just don't feel, I feel that they're more comfortable with Fromm operating that offense. So that's why they ended up staying with him. But yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you, man. I don't see an NFL. I don't see a lot of differences between him and Ryan Finley from NC State, to be honest.
Yeah. The only difference is I think Ryan Finley's bigger. But yeah, as far as
he's a little bit taller.
Yeah, you're talking about as far as the arm talent.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And of course, I don't think Finley will go in the first round either this year. Yeah,
no, I don't think so either, man. But hey, man, just wanted to call in, show some love. I know that last call sucked a big one. So I wanted to call in and provide you with some real content, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Wanted to show some love. Tell everybody to check out drafttech.com. I'm the analyst for the Panthers, so check that out. And Carolina Cat Chronicles every Tuesday night at 9.
Hey, what was that first thing again? The website, is it, would you say DraftNet? What is it?
Draft Tech.
Okay, Draft Tech.
Yeah, Draft Tech.
All right, I got you.
DraftTech.com. It's a mock draft, and we put out a brand new one every Wednesday, and I do a write-up for the first and the second round pick.
Gotcha.
So you'll know a little bit about the player. If you check it out, you might recognize the player I have us taking this year, man. You might like that one.
All right, I definitely will check it out. Thanks, Cody, for calling in, man. I'm going to pick up this other call here real quick.
Yeah, man. Later, man.
All right. So everyone go check out Cody at drafttech.com. He also does the podcast with another guy, and I'm sorry, I don't know that guy's name. They do a Carolina Panthers podcast called the Cat Chronicles. And so those guys do really good work over there. And go check out Cody at drafttech.com. Good guy. Let me pick up this other call here. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Naked Cowboys and the Skyers that ran.
$10 says that's the same moron that called in before. Oh, Lord. Anyway. Number to call in is... 855-902-9368. If you want to call in and talk about something other than just blasting your radio into the phone, that'd be advisable to do that, and much appreciated. What's up, Mark Dudley in the house? I haven't seen Mark Dudley in here in a while. Where's Charleston Frat Boy? Who's Charleston Frat Boy? I don't know, sir. NMD TV says, I think Drew Lock will be a baller in the NFL. Well, he'll go in the first round, most likely, so we'll see if he is or not. A lot of people agree with you there, sir. Wasn't even a good song? Yeah. I'm sure whoever that guy is that keeps calling, he's probably the same one that tells me he's going to kick my ass. He's going to find me and kick my ass, and, you know. He's probably a 13-year-old kid, most likely. All right, here we go. Got a call here. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete. Oh, crap. Hey, Bad Dog, can you hear me? Not this again. This is the same thing that happened to me last week. I can't hear you. Can't hear anything. Hold on. Let me try something real quick. While you're on the phone. Anyway, I'm sorry. Thanks for calling in, Bad Dog. I don't know why. For some reason, I can't hear you, and if I can't hear, trying to get rid of that last prank call. I probably messed something up when I did that. But anyway, sorry, sir. That's going to be it for me today, guys, because I got something I got to do. Bad Dog, I appreciate you trying to call in, sir. And hopefully next show you can call in. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm planning on, and I hope it works out because I had a problem last time, planning on doing a collaboration with none other than Mark Rogers from Mark Rogers TV. We've been trying to get together for months. We got together one time, and we couldn't connect. So I'm hoping tomorrow works smoothly. I'm hoping he's not caring that I'm promoting. I'm sure he's not, because he has. I don't know if he said anything or not. But tomorrow afternoon, I'm supposed to get up with Mark Rogers from Mark Rogers TV and do a collaboration. So hopefully that all works out. If you guys don't know who he is, go check him out. Mark Rogers TV. He does college football stuff year round, every single day. This guy's uploading stuff. So I've been looking forward to getting together with him for a while now, and I'm hoping everything works out. Again, I want to give a big thank you to everybody that called in today. SEC Football Tube. Who else called in? Cody. Bad Dog, even though we didn't get to talk. Hold on here. Anyway, y'all know who you are. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to all the donators. SEC Football Tube. Billy Dawson, Tiger Nation. Catfish from the Volunteer Roadshow. And our newest Patreon member, first name Bobby. And he is now the leader for the Patreon contest for the month of February. You're all amazing. You're all fantastic. If you're new here, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I do these live streams a couple times a week. I usually do one on Thursday afternoons like I'm doing now, and I usually do a late night Friday night stream. I call it the beer drinking stream, and it is just that. I usually sit on here, drink beer, and answer any questions, football related or non-football related. And then, of course, throughout the week, I normally upload meaningless and pointless college football videos where I just scream into my cell phone and then upload it and see how many people I can piss off. And I usually do a pretty good job at pissing a lot of people off doing that. So that's it. Everybody have a great day. You're all great. A Bad Dog. I don't know what happened with the phone, sir. I don't know what's wrong with it. Sorry. I don't know what happened. Anyway, everybody have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Pigskin Pete checking out.